Hey guys, so you're young and you want to start focusing on improving your net worth. Well, first of all, congratulations. You are ahead of the curve with studies showing that Australians don't start focusing on their finances until they reach the age of approximately 30. By starting early, you're positioning yourself for the best long-term success. Particularly, there's two key benefits to starting to build your net worth at a young age. The first reason being probably the most obvious, and that is that you are young. And for many of you, this stage of your life offers the most freedom that you're ever going to have until you hit retirement. Whether you're straight out of high school, already in a trade, or just starting university, these years are typically low expenses with few financial obligations. This gives you opportunity to save and invest extra income while also take on calculated risk that can offer drastic rewards to your net worth over time. The second and probably more important reason for starting your financial journey early is the power of compounding. Starting early allows your financial and skill assets to compound over time throughout the coming years of your life. A lot of the strategies we're going to talk about today rely on compounding, but we'll talk more about this later. Hence, without further ado, we're going to deep dive into 5 strategies that you could potentially use to help you grow your net worth as an 18-year-old in Australia. The first strategy we're going to talk about is probably the most basic, and it's this idea of living below your means. For a lot of you, you're probably fresh out of high school and you may be going into your first full-time or part-time jobs, which can offer a huge increase in your salary. An increased salary is obviously a great thing, but it can also make it easier to purchase liabilities that we really don't need in our life. Items like expensive shoes, bags, cars, and watches can really drain our net worth at such a young age. For a lot of you, buying these expensive items is a way to feel good about yourself or potentially to impress others. However, it's important to note that really, who are we impressing? And this is not to say that you can't have or never will have these expensive items, but it's this idea of practicing delayed gratification. Delayed gratification centralizes around this idea that we may not be able to afford something now, so then how can we develop ways to afford it in the future? Ideas like sticking to a budget to be able to afford actual products that you want is a great way to live below your means and delay gratification when needed. A couple strategies to help with delayed gratification is that if something is worth more than 10% of your net worth, you probably can't afford it. And that if you really want to purchase something, hold off for just 1 week and see in a week's time if you do actually want that item, then go and purchase it. If you don't, maybe it's not that necessary in your life. It's important to live below your means at a young age because the extra income we are going to earn, we can then put back into building our net worth through other strategies that we'll mention today. The second strategy is the idea of building high income skills with the goal of monetizing these skills to earn an extra income. To do this, find what you are good at and find what you are passionate, but most importantly, find what is in demand right now. Whether this be coding, marketing, software development, or editing, these skills can be used to sell to people for high price tags to therefore increase our net worth. It's important to note that learning these skills is going to take time. It's not just going to happen overnight, but learning it will give you the opportunity to freelance your work to earn an extra income. YouTube is a great platform for learning new skills. It gives you the opportunity to learn from a range of people with different skill expertise. Another way to learn these high income skills is either through paid courses, which you can do online, or you could even do it through learning and reading. Now, the third strategy, and following on from the last one we had, is build these high net worth skills to develop a side hustle. Key examples of side hustles you can be doing to increase your net worth are things like tutoring, ghostwriting, copywriting, and website development. The list can go on and on. For example, let's say you came out of high school with really great grades. Why not use that to earn an extra income through tutoring? Tutoring can offer anywhere from $60 to $100 an hour in cash by simply just using the skill you have learned. Using this outside of your 9 to 5 can earn you an extra $10,000 to $20,000 a year. Now, it's important that any extra income we earn through our side hustles can be used to increase our net worth, which we'll explore in our next strategy. Strategy 4 focuses on using this extra income to invest financially. Now, there are a range of ways that we can financially invest, whether it be stocks, ETFs, cryptocurrency, or property. There are a heap of ways we can put our money to work for us. Particularly, every dollar invested now at the age of 18, in 42 years' time by the time you're 60, on average will be worth $70. Now, this is using the S&P 500 as an indicator over the past 100 years, returning an average of 10.64%. Now, it's quite crazy to consider the drastic effects that compounding can have on our money. If you were to, like most Australians, to start your financial journey at, let's say, 30, If you were to invest that same $1 and leave it in the S&P 500 for the next 30 years till you're 60, it's only going to be worth $21. That's nearly 1/3 of what we would have got if we were 18 years old and invested that $1 instead. Thus, it's important while you're young to start investing financially because it has huge returns when you look at compounding over time. Now, as we just said, obviously stocks and ETFs is one of the ways you can financially invest your money. But another avenue you can go down is obviously property. Property does have its negatives, but it also does have a range of benefits, with the most important being that you can leverage your money to take on good debt to increase your net worth. Getting into property does require quite a big investment, thus you are going to need to save a deposit over time. However, by leveraging your money across good debt, you can look to increase your net worth over the long term. Now, the final strategy we're going to look at is one that's quite important and probably the most important of all of them, and it's this idea of investing in yourself. And I know a lot of people talk about investing in yourself in terms of buying books, going into courses, and as what we said before, learning skills that can help you grow your net worth over time. And well, yes, this is true. But when we look at investing in yourself, it's important to not neglect the essential things we need in our life. Investing in yourself also means investing in your health, which is the most important thing we have in life. Things like going to a gym, doing a sport, and eating healthy, whilst may be a financial obligation, allow us to improve our health over the long term. For many of you, you may be wondering why this is important. Well, the question I want to raise is, what's the point of having a big net worth at the end of your life if you're not healthy enough to live it? So many people slave their life away trying to improve their net worth without actually focusing on their health. And they get to the later years of their life wishing they had their 20s again to be healthy and young. Hence, it's important not only while you're young, but also throughout your whole life to focus on your health so that when you get older, you can not only have a high income, but also a healthy lifestyle to live. There we go. That wraps up what I believe are the top 5 strategies for building your net worth in 2024. It's important that this is not financial advice, and if you wanted financial advice, see a professional financial advisor. Thanks, guys. Enjoy.